Hi, my name is Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists dentists with employment contract review. Today I'm going to talk about how an associate dentist negotiates a salary. First, as far as compensation models go, for most associate dentists, it's usually one of three things: either just a straight base salary, I'd say probably more frequently a daily rate, and then last would be some kind of net collections model. And so let's kind of go through the three of those, then we'll talk about tips on how to negotiate. First, straight base salary. The best way to find out whether a salary is kind of, I guess, an average amount in an area is to talk to colleagues. If an associate is looking in a brand new city, maybe try to look for job listings online and see what the salary range is that they're listing. Salaries will vary wildly from location to location. If you're willing to live in an area that might not be as maybe universally desirable in a rural location, or maybe somewhere that's has tough weather, you'll probably make more. Whereas if you're maybe in a more desirable location where there's a ton of competition, that usually tends to depress salaries, at least of associate dentists. So just having an idea of what kind of the going rate is in that specific location certainly is helpful. One of the problems is I'd say most people here are just coming out of training or moving to a new location. You're not bringing any patients with you, so you're just simply not as valuable. If you were moving within a city and had, like, there was no non-compete problems or non-solicit problems and could bring a huge chunk of patients to a practice, well, then you're obviously much more valuable. But I think in most situations, that's probably not the case. In that situation, usually there'd be some kind of like ownership interest transfer. All right, so the next one is daily rate. I mean, really, if you just do the math on, all right, well, if this is the salary, how does that break down into a daily rate? Then it's a pretty easy computation. One thing you need to think about is if there is some kind of fractional day, so meaning maybe you're only there for half a day, then is the rate just half? If you're there for 3/4 of the day, I've found some contracts where they kind of penalize the dentist for not being there for the full day. And many times it's not the dentist's fault, or maybe the volume's not there or something else. So make certain that the daily rate not only is fair market, but also has some kind of, either hourly, half day, something that just states how much the associate will get paid if they are not there for the full day. Lastly, net collections. And it's pretty simple. It's whatever services the dentist provides that the practice actually collects on, and then the dentist will get a percentage of that. So let's just take, for instance, a dental associate brings into the practice $50,000, and they're only paid on net collections. Then a normal percentage will be somewhere between 30 to 40% of that amount. Now, they can also do it where they have a base salary on top of net collections. And in that case, usually the dental practice will do, once the dentist brings in an amount that covers their salary, then they'll get a percentage above that. And that is lower normally, somewhere between 15 to 25%. So the percentages certainly can vary wildly as well. And that's certainly something that the dental associate can negotiate. Now, negotiation is always about leverage. And so, as I said before, if you're just coming out of training or you are in a city you've never lived before and have no established patient base, then you may not have that much leverage. Whereas if you have more experience, you're in a specialty that's difficult to recruit to, you have the established patient base, you certainly have much more leverage in negotiating, higher daily rate, base salary, net collections percentage, whatever. I think the most valuable thing you can do is just talk to the people that you know and the people you trained with, or some mentors, and just get a feel for how these people are being compensated and how much they're being compensated. And then you also need to, I find when we're negotiating, just taking the compensation as the only factor is stupid. You need to take into account are they getting a signing bonus, relocation assistance, is their license and DEA registration being paid for? What are the restrictive covenants, the non-compete, the non-solicit? Who's paying for malpractice insurance? Like, there's a bunch of factors that go into whether a contract is worth signing or not. And kind of a holistic, total approach needs to be taken, not just, I'm going to go wherever I'm getting paid more. I think that's pretty short-sighted. So hopefully that was helpful and kind of gave you some tips on how to negotiate an associate dental salary. If you have any questions, you can always contact my law firm at the phone number listed below in the description. Or you can always reach us through our website, chellelaw.com. That's CHELLE law.com. Thanks.